is here, multigrain bread, cut into strips, which are, we'd always call those soldiers as a kid, for dipping in your egg and things. I made up this soup because it's winter here in Australia. Not that it gets really that cold. All night time it's cold, but lunchtime when I'm making this video, it's nice to have a bowl of soup. Have something a little bit different to to what I normally have. Which is usually a sort of a sandwich. So people have said to me I need to do more. Not necessary, but they'd like, I suppose I should say it, other people would like me to do more meals, home cook sort of meals. So I'm not sure whether soup is a meal or not, but anyway. I'm sure there was an episode of Seinfeld where Jerry had to take and fill up with the auburn hair out for a meal, and then he only ordered the fellow with the red hair. Was it Banya maybe? He only ordered soup, and then he wanted Jerry to take him out again. Because he said that soup wasn't a meal. Anyway, I suppose if you feel strongly one way or the other, you could always put something in the comment section about it. So, I think there's a bit of potato there, a little bit of bacon, and a packet of that soup mix, which is things like barley and split peas and things that comes like in a dry packet, and you just boil it for you can soak it overnight if you want to. Which makes it a bit softer, and boil it for half an hour or so. I've added the potato, added the bacon, a little bit of salt and pepper, and some of that vegetable stock. It comes in one of those, do they call them Tetra Packs or something? Those Log Life packets. Like a cardboard box, really, but they're sealed. show, our TV channel. Sort of a classic good versus bad. It was quite amusing. I don't think I've watched it before. Maybe I had. Anyway, so where I'm going with this story. Oh, before I get on to the next part of the story, saw it when I was on the plane. Someone going somewhere. Long trip. Maybe to the USA, I'm not sure. And I wasn't connected onto the Wi-Fi. I just watched the movie. Didn't really think to fact check it. And it starts off being with these sort of believable but wrong facts about himself, how he, was disowned by his parents or something like that, which actually you sort of think it's kind of believable. I think he's only made that movie in the last couple of years. I'm not sure if I can't even remember if he started it now or not. But anyway, then it goes on and somehow or other he's married to Madonna, the singer, in the movie, and I'm sort of scratching my head thinking, I don't remember ever hearing that. And then he goes to somewhere in South America or Central America. He gets kidnapped by drug cartel or something like that. I thought, no, this can't be true. It was supposed to be I'm sure I said that's maybe the Weird Al Yankovic story. It's supposed to be a biography of his life, I think. He sort of had me going there for a while, which, well, it's not always that hard, but anyway. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get myself another, maybe half a bowl of soup, and because I've only recorded, I don't know, perhaps 15 minutes or so. I've got a little timer over here, but I had a bit of a delay starting. There's been a plane overhead that I stopped for, so I'm guessing around 15 minutes. I'll go get another half bowl of soup and be back soon. Okay, so I'm back with a half bowl of soup. I think that took about 3 minutes, I think. That's okay, I'll edit that bit out of the video. This is not too hot. Oh no, just nice actually. The other soup was it got a little bit cold by the time I made the sandwiches, spread, put some spread on, don't tell anybody it was margarine though. People get upset with me using margarine rather than butter, but anyway, it just spreads easier. And it's actually promoted as being margarine now. It's actually promoted in Australia as being healthier for your heart than butter, but anyway, well, I was going to say no comments please, but yeah, you're welcome. To put comments on. I'd have to say, I'd have to say that Weird Al Yankovic his acting was a bit sort of, I don't know, stiff I suppose. It wasn't terrible, but especially next to